Okay, excuse the plethora of mess, but I'm testing a couple of variables right now. I'm testing my Ordro wearable video headset, which, pointing at myself, you should be able to see everything just fine. I'm testing my motorcycle mounting kit for my Insta360. I'm testing whether you can see the lens protectors, because in the last video I noticed you could see some smudges. I took those lens covers protectors off, cleaned the lenses, and put these new protectors on, which is not really much of a difference. They're a little smaller, a little closer in the fit, you can see. And this is of course the new Insta360 RS also being tested. Okay, now my older setup, of course you see my beautiful trike here, which is dusty, I know, don't even fucking tell me. This is how I had it mounted. Now this is the selfie stick that I had with it, and I had it mounted here on the last video, but it shook awfully. And for my friend Flash, as you can see with just me thumping it like this, you see how much it shakes. Your ideal of putting it here, not really much better, because that's where the shake is coming from. It starts right about here, the shake. And of course it gets worse as you come up. And your ideal of hooking it into the screws, you should be able to see the screws here, the rubber grommet, and then this mount. So it's behind as much rubber isolation as I can give it, and if I was to put it here, your suggestion of putting it here is still the same thing, except for now there's no rubber grommet, there's a metal washer, and if I put it here, this whole thing, as you can see just with my finger, and that's what it does in the wind. Now of course this stabilization on this is so good that most people did not see this, but it did start to shake this loose unless I cranked it tight. So this is a good spot to have it. I just have to crank it really tight, tighter than I'm really comfortable with plastic. But if I wanted to put it there, I could, and tighten up these a little, because you can see they move a little, and it would work. And I would have the ability to put this way up here. And okay, wow. So I still have that ideal, and I'm still going to play around with it. Right for right now, I'm going to table that. I know that it will hold. I know that it will be steady on my older Insta360. This one's the same thing. So if anything, the stabilization will be better. I doubt it, but you know, it'll be the same, so it'll look good. As far as hearing yourself in the wind, that's still going to be problematic. This mic picks, it has two mics. It should pick up better in the wind. And that's going to be also tested. But I got the motorcycle mount for the Insta360, which you can use GoPro mounts too. It doesn't really matter because they all have that same standard screw. I can attach this one, the claw, as I call it. Anything that claw can grab, it can go on. I can put it on this. I can put it on my actual throttle. Since this doesn't, as you can see, this doesn't move. So I can actually put the camera here. You know what? And I'm thinking now, I might actually do that, because if I'm thinking about putting the camera here, and then of course you're going to get some of this. But if I put it out here, and this doesn't turn, my throttle is over here. No, this is, you know, what a great video I am going to make. Maybe. Okay. As you can see, the claw. I like the claw. All motorcycles have handlebars, and this is metal. This is all very sturdy metal. Oh yeah, that's so tight. That's tighter than I'm not even gonna finish that. I don't know who's watching this video. Yes, I'm rubbing the lens on my shirt, but these are lens protectors. I can buy new ones. They're simple. And of course, screw this down. And since it's not lined up, once I get this tight, I can actually turn this whole mount and get it where I want it. Oh, this is so cute and adorable. And then lock it down. Now, I know this is going to shake, but since it could handle the shake here, it should be able to handle any shake here. It shouldn't be much of a problem. Everybody's nice and tight. Okay. I'm not going to wear my helmet. I know, right? That's why I live in Texas. In Texas, we don't cotton to no helmet wearing kind of stuff. Helmets are safe. I don't need to comment. I'm only doing this. I'm not going more than a block or two. And I am in Texas, and this is legal. I do have the extra insurance. Blah, blah, blah. Mind your business. Okay, back to what I was doing. PSA over. As you can see, it's going to look like this. And this, of course, my hand is kind of smooshed. But that's okay. I can still shift. Everything should be fine. Now, I think that's it. I'm going to pause. Oh, and look at this, my fashionable wearable controller. Let me pause and get it out on the street. Okay, I pretty much got everything hooked up. This kind of gave me a fit because I didn't activate it. Forgot. But it wasn't that hard to get it to activate. It's just that I'm sitting in the sun. Things were hard to read, and for some reason the confirmation was in Chinese, which I don't read quite well. But now this is running, so the voiceover should be getting it from this headset and this 360. It's already recording. I'm already recording here. So I know once I start this up, you're going to have trouble hearing me from one or both. But we'll do a couple of tests. I'm only going to drive like a couple of blocks up, and I'll talk and see which one of these devices gets the best audio while moving. This one I know I can do a remote mic, so I can actually use the mic in my helmet. I know how to hook it up. This one I'm not sure. I sent a question to the tech support to see if this one can take an external mic, because I think I know a way to get this one to work too, as long as it allows it. So let's go ahead and see about what we hear and how it looks. All right, here we go. We're just going to go up the block. Shaking, you should be able to see it in the camera. Now, of course, both these videos can't be shown on the same YouTube post. So, one will be posted for the headset, one will be posted for the 360. Here we go. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'm doing 30 miles an hour. 40. I'm going to do this test at 40. Already this is getting quite loose. Right. If you will, I can let go of the steering. As you can see, it is extremely bright and hot here in El Paso. Okay, that will do it for this test. You should be able to hear me fine just sitting here, but that's it. It shook here and started to bend. I just tightened right there, and I tried to readjust the left to right, tighten it down. I just don't like tightening down on plastic like that. It's not my favorite thing to do. But this is metal, so I don't mind cranking on this. But this didn't move.
how the video came out, shall we? I love this.